How often do you exercise? Talk about how often you do things. What do you usually do on weekends? I often go to the movies. Always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, never. Всегда, часто, иногда, редко, никогда. What do you do on weekends? I usually watch TV. Do you go shopping? No, I never go shopping. How often do you watch TV? I watch TV every day. What's your favorite program? Animal World. How often do you watch it? Twice a week. Hi Claire, are you free next week? Next week is quite full for me, Jack. Really? How come? I have dance and piano lessons. What kind of dance are you learning? Oh, swing dance is fun. I have class once a week every Monday. How often do you have piano lessons? Twice a week, on Wednesday and Friday. Well, how about Tuesday? Oh, I have to play tennis with my friends. But do you want to come? Sure. 这个克莱尔压根儿一看这个样就不想跟这个 Jack 扯罗。What do you usually do on weekends? I usually exercise. What do you do on weekends? They often help with housework. What does she do on weekends? She sometimes goes shopping. How often do you go to the movies? I go to the movies maybe once a month. How often does he watch TV? He hardly ever watches TV. Do you go shopping? No, I never go shopping. He hardly ever watches TV. How often does he play soccer? He plays at least twice a week. How often do you drink milk? Do you drink milk? Do you drink milk? Yes, I do, every day. How often do they stay up late? Never. They always go to bed early. Does Sue eat a healthy breakfast? Yes, she usually does. How often do you eat apples? Hardly ever. I don't like them. Do your parents play sports? Never. No, they don't. They are too busy. How often do you read English books? I read English books about twice a week. How often do you drink milk? Liu Fang. I drink milk every day. Do you like it? No. But my mother wants me to drink it. She says it's good for my health. How often do you exercise? How often do you eat fruit? How many hours do you sleep every day? How often do you drink milk? How often do you eat junk food? How often do you drink coffee? How often do you exercise? I exercise every day. And how often do you? What do number 5 high school students do in their free time? Last month, we asked about our students last month we asked our students about their free time activities. Our questions were about exercise, use of the internet, and watching TV. Here are the results. We found that only 15% of our students exercise every day. 45% exercise 4 to 6 times a week. 20% exercise only 1 to 3 times a week. And 20% do not exercise at all. We all know that many students often go online, but we were surprised that 90% of them use the internet every day. 这他妈有什么好 surprise 的？这课本应该是很久以前编的了。The other 10% use it at least 3 or 4 times a week. Most students use it for fun and not for homework. So what? The answers to our questions about watching television were also interesting. Only 2% of students watch TV 1 to 3 times a week. 13% watch TV 4 to 6 times a week. And 85% watch TV every day. Although many students like to watch sports, game shows are the most popular. 这个课本真的应该是很久以前编的了。It is good to relax by using the internet or watching game shows, but we think the best way to relax is through exercise. It is healthy for the mind and the body. Exercise such as playing sports is fun, and you can spend time with your friends and family as you play together. And remember, old habits die hard, so start exercising before it's too late. It is good to relax by using the internet or watching game shows, but we think the best way to relax is through exercise. It is healthy for the mind and the body. Exercise such as playing sports is fun, and you can spend time with your friends and family as you play together. And remember, old habits never die hard. So start exercising before it's too late. How many percent of the students do not exercise at all? How many percent of students use the internet every day? How often do most students watch TV? What do they usually watch? What does the writer think is the best way to relax? Why? Do you think the students at number 5 are healthy? Why or why not? Look at the information. Informatia. Jane is a 16-year-old high school student in the United States. American Teenager magazine asked her about her hobbies. Magazine 是杂志啊，为什么俄语里边的 magazine 是商店呢？ Jane has a lot of good habits. She always exercises and she reads books every day. Although she often drinks juice and she hardly ever stays up late. However, she has some bad hobbies too. She often watches TV for more than 2 hours a day. 这是什么 bad habit? And she eats hamburgers. She sometimes eats hamburgers. Sometimes 是什么时候来？sometimes 对呀。And she sometimes eats hamburgers. 这个 eat hamburgers 怎么是这个 bad hobby 了？这个 hamburger 由面粉、面包对吧？面包，这个番茄生菜叶圆葱，还有肉饼，还有什么一些酱组成。这些东西，面粉吃不吃？肉你吃不吃？蔬菜你吃不吃？那些酱汁你吃不吃？平时放一块怎么成了一个坏的 hobby 了？这个坏习惯了，这个很难以理解啊。Her parents are not very happy because she helps with housework. She hardly ever helps with housework, and she never goes to the dentist for teeth cleaning. She says she is afraid. How often do you eat breakfast? Almost every day. How often do you eat fast food? Fast food, never. How often do you eat vegetables and fruits? Almost every day. How often do you exercise? A few times a week. How many hours do you watch TV every day? 5 or more? How many hours do you usually sleep at night? 8 or more? What do Tom and Mike do on weekends? They sometimes go to the museum. Do they go to the shopping center? How often do they go to the shopping center? Hardly ever. Maybe about twice a month. How often do they watch TV? Mike never watches TV, but Tom watches TV every day. Oh, I'm just like Tom. I never watch TV too.